Make Australia cook chicken again.
Aye. Oi.
Oi.
Oi?
I can't tell you the people that come up to me, because, I used to do that. Aye. People will come up and go, hey, man, remember this? Oi. Oi. Every single one of them will go, oi. I'm like, it's not oi.
You're wrong.
It's I.
Start.
Jeez.
Timer is rolling. So I guess the exciting thing for this week is that we're actually recording the week of, because we had 2 weeks off.
That is exciting.
It's kind of neat. So we are current right now, and we'll eventually be ahead again. That way, if ever we need time off, we can take time off again. But this is not live, but this is coming at you the week of, baby.
Yeah, just a few days prior.
Yeah.
To the air date.
So that's exciting.
If I could just get you to stop traveling so much, if you could just sit still,
just stay the fuck home.
Yeah, if you could please do that for me.
Yeah,
that way we can stay 2 weeks ahead. I would greatly appreciate it.
I'll see if I can pencil that into my schedule. See what I can do.
Okay, thank you. I would appreciate it. No, clearly it has been I that has been on the move. Man, it has been everything. Like, it's been a slew of random things.
Yeah, no.
Had a business trip in Savannah, Georgia, and I had work.
So you painted.
I painted in North Carolina.
You painted. You got back from your business trip. You painted. Like, you had to go to North Carolina to paint for work.
Right.
And then immediately, like, the day you got back, we went to dinner. We went on a little date.
We did. We got to talk about that.
Yeah. And then the next day, you had to leave because you went to
Man Camp.
Yeah. And for those that aren't watching, what is Man Camp?
Man Camp is a spiritual, Christian-based 5-day event that men go on to better themselves with their walk in Christ, with just their families in general. Even if you're not religious or spiritual, 5 days that consist of men going through just a process, honestly. And
no technology. Well, limited technology, I should say. It's heavily encouraged not to like really be on your phone. Like, it's supposed to be not supposed to be, but it's kind of like a detox away from that stuff.
Total detox. Supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's encouraged. Just leave your phones at home.
Yeah.
Completely leave them at home, because there's nothing that's going to happen to you that we're not going to be there to help phone home, whatever we need to do, or receive calls from home. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's something I think anybody should do, at least the digital detox part, because there's something really freeing about being able to focus on you versus your phone for 5 days and not having the option. If you leave it at home, you don't have the option.
Yeah.
And it's quite liberating. But most men do take their phones with them. It's just encouraged, keep it in your car, whatever.
Yeah.
I went on an event like this about 7 or 8 years ago, and myself and 3 other guys went. Mm-hmm. So we went to So this event takes place in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
We're in South Carolina.
Yep.
So I drove to North Carolina to get on a bus in order to drive to Georgia. It is a part of the process.
Yeah.
This event, it was. And myself and 3 of the other guys, one of them being former mayor of Liberty, Mayor Bowman, Eric Bowman.
Eric Bowman.
Yep, current commissioner of 3 Count Pro Wrestling.
I had the pleasure of meeting him.
You sure did. He's a nice gentleman.
He really is.
So we all left our phones in Eric's truck in North Carolina.
Oh.
And, no temptation whatsoever. You talk about feeling detached from the world.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That was a weird feeling. And then driving and passing by this exit.
Yeah.
Just kind of waved at the exit. There we go.
Bye home.
Yeah. And then getting to Georgia on this, it's like a ranch. Mm-hmm. It's like a camp, so to speak. And anyways, that was part of my adventure.
Nice.
But there were 21 men who showed up on. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was supposed to be 25. 4 of them bailed at the last minute. One of them actually.
How dare they?
It was actually 22, and then one of the men said, "I don't think I want to do this," and then went home.
Oh, so he showed up and then.
Yep.
Left.
He showed up, then left.
Like he showed up to the bus stop, or he drove to Georgia?
He drove to Georgia. He put his stuff down in the cabin that he was staying in,
Interesting.
We all gathered.
Yeah.
He was there for that, and then the next gathering, he wasn't there.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was like, "What happened to so and so?" He went home.
Old Jeremy.
Yeah, well, really don't.
You missed out.
I was gonna say I was trying to remember his name, but I didn't have much time to learn it. But
you did get to learn Josh's name, right? Was that his? Wait, who's his? Yeah.
Gillum.
Josh Gillum. Yeah.
Yep, I got
Interesting individual.
Yep, he gave me crap about everything.
Yeah, the stories you've told me just since you've been back are hilarious.
One of them being, we're supposed to be quiet. It was a staff thing, and he leans over and he was like, "Do you know your hat's on wrong?" Like this.
For those of you listening, it's on backwards.
Mm-hmm. As I tend to wear my hat more, backwards than forwards.
Because it makes you more...
Makes me more aerodynamic.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, he, the things that he said to me was, there's other options to achieve what you're doing right now. You could go with toboggan. There's always the option of no hat. Or you could just take it off.
Yeah.
And not... Well, I just said no hat.
Yeah. Cowboy hat.
He said, "I can get you he's a farmer. He goes, I can get you a cowboy hat." And he's saying all this whispering, so it's 10 times funnier. He said, "I can get you a cowboy hat if you want me to." He goes, "It'll serve the purpose of covering, keeping the sun out of your eyes and keeping the sun off the back of your neck." He said, "I don't think your hat currently is going to do that fully, even on backwards." And he said, George Carlin said if you're over the age of 12 and you're still wearing your hat backwards, you're just a dork. So, and then he found out about my Scottish heritage.
Yeah.
To which he started singing me Danny Boy with whispering, even though it's more of an Irish thing. Mm-hmm. He didn't care.
No.
And then I looked over at one point when we weren't sitting next to each other, and he had his hat on backwards. And he started pointing at it and giving me a thumbs up in a very mocking way, like, "Is this okay?"
What a colorful individual! Like
he speaks fluent Spanish.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember you telling me that. That's kind of cool.
He's married to a Hispanic woman.
Oh wow!
And they've got a bunch of kids. He's a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he's almost 50. Like, really, really short hair, big, long, salt and pepper beard.
Nice.
And a laugh that is so infectious. Mm-hmm. Like, the most distinctive laugh you'll ever hear. Like, you could hear it. I can hear it now in my head. So, yeah. Been quite a few years since I've seen him, so being able to staff with him was amazing. But no, 21 men showed up on a Sunday, on a Sunday. And then when they left on Friday... I mean, the most rewarding thing is to see the guys' faces when they get there. They're all just kind of, they're men.
Yeah.
And they're all kind of sizing each other up. And, they're all kind of nervous and not sure what's to come. And then by Friday, hugging on each other.
Yeah.
They're all best friends, exchanging numbers. A couple of them tear up because they don't want to leave. I mean, it's quite a special event. And then to just be able to serve at all, like, I don't know if I told you this. So I'm typically on kitchen staff.
Yeah.
There's the kitchen staff, and then there's the ministry team.
Okay.
Did I tell you about being transitioned into the music?
No.
Yes.
Nice.
So it's been one guy that's done all of these events, and another event, the one that I used to go on in staff. He was the music guy for all of those.
Okay.
So Mr. Nikita Koloff, on our way down, we get to Sam's and we get our groceries. There's too many groceries in the truck that he rode down into. There wasn't enough room for him.
Yeah.
So he rode with me to Georgia, and he was like, "What do you think about transitioning, maybe shadowing Jeff?" And just seeing how he picks, how he runs, how to operate everything. Pro Presenter.
What?
It's a program.
Oh, okay.
Pro Presenter. Anything that's a program that has to do with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Slides and I don't know. I assume you know everything.
Yeah. No, I don't. Never heard of Pro Presenter.
I had not either. So yeah, there's projector. It works off of that, and on the laptop, and all these things. And yeah, I learned stuff.
You're creating shit.
I'm creating stuff.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, segues are weird. Want to hit that intro?
Let's do it.
All right. Well,
maybe.
Hey.
Salutations, good people. Welcome to the CS Podcast, where we create stuff, or if you're Trey,
create shit.
My name's Josh, and we've got our hands absolutely full today with yet another content creator.
We do. A female this time.
Ooh.
We haven't done a whole lot of females. We've only had, I guess, Madam Frightmare is our only female.
Is that right?
I think no. Duh. We did Cassandra.
Oh, that's
Cassandra
right.
down, and we did a live interview with her. So this will be our third female. This is Lady Spookaria.
I'm not leaving. You said Cassandra, and it reminded me of the Coctopus.
Oh, did the Coctopus fall? I was like, what are you doing? Where are you going?
I'm done.
Yeah. 20 minutes in out, we're good.
Yeah, 20 minutes if you're lucky.
Yeah. So, Lady Spookaria.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm excited about
She gives me
featuring her.
a lot of shit for doing that. Like the terrible Australian accent. She's like, oh my God, that accent is terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Shout out to her for hanging out with us on our first ever live stream for so long. That was fun.
I was going to say, she hung out for most of it.
Yeah. She kept us company.
Yeah, the Nuggy Queen herself.
Yes, I love that she has this gimmick about her.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a gimmick. She probably just really likes them, but to me, it's coming from wrestling. If you got a gimmick, that's
that's
that's a plus.
So we'll dive into her a little bit later in the creator segment. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Taste funny?
Nope.
Okay.
The way you said that.
Sorry. Anyways, a little bit later, we'll get to that in our creator segment. Kind of dive into what it is that she does. Spoiler alert: she is a horror narrator, like we have featured many times on this podcast. Just with me being in the horror community, well, semi in the horror community. I haven't done a whole lot with it recently, but I'm still there, and I kind of lurk off wherever. But being in the horror community, just a lot of awesome creators there. So. Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later. I want to also give a big shout out to Quaid, just for all the just watching and all the feedback he has given me personally. I know you haven't spoken with him yet, but yeah, like he caught he caught Fred the Bread, like he watched Amazon Bread Thief, and then he was like, and like got the reference.
Yeah,
so that was cool. Like at
nice.
least somebody is picking up on it. Morel Zach, hey man. Thanks for your support.
Thank you,
hanging
sir.
out with us every Friday, interacting with us. If you, I'm not going to say I'm going to shout you out, but we like to interact with our community. So interact, comment, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram. We don't do a whole lot on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Talk to us.
Pinterest.
Pinterest. Yeah, I forgot we're on Pinterest. You created us a Pinterest.
I did.
So I don't know. It's cool to create a community and connect with you guys and talk and get to know you.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just neat.
Yeah, the few of you that have started interacting, we're enjoying it.
And I'm seeing familiar names. Like I know Liz. I see her. I'm assuming it's a she, they. I see them interacting, retweeting, tweeting on Twitter. There's Fernanda L. Let's see. Luigi Leo.
Yeah.
I see them a lot. So, I don't know. It's really
golf.
neat. Golf. Oh, golf.
Yeah.
Golf is everywhere, and I love golf to death. Golf is on Spook You. Golf is on Scottish Hush Puppy. Golf is on this. Golf probably knows my daughter and has met her. I don't know. Like, he's so ingrained. Like, it just comes with the territory.
Yeah.
Like, he's just such a great supporter. So, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with us and just putting up with our, I don't know, ignorance.
Hijinks.
Our shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, so like we said earlier before we hit the intro, haven't sat down with you in 2 weeks. But
I know.
There's been no break in episodes because we had two.
Buffer. We had 2-week buffer.
2-week buffer, and because I've literally been a nomad, just traveling, living out of my car.
Yeah.
I think in the last 3 weeks, well, not as of today, but as of a few days ago, like in 2 to 3 weeks, I may have stayed here 3 nights.
Yeah.
Like I would get here, sleep, wake up, and then leave the next day. And that's just how it's worked. That's how it's worked out.
Yeah, you've just been busy.
Yeah, it's been kind of wild. I'm like, oh man, that'll be fun. That'll be interesting. I got a lot to do. I'm not gonna get bored.
Yeah.
But man, the day that I got back from man camp, I was like, I am ready to sit still.
Yeah.
Like, I know people would probably, like, there's people out there who would love to just get in the car, go, take a little break.
Morgan.
Get back in, go. Well, even she said, after all the stuff that I'd done, she was like, I would be exhausted.
Yeah.
But the day I got back from man camp, I was able to sleep that night, woke up, and then had to run a wrestling show the next day.
Oh, yeah.
She saw me with my wrestling boots coming up from the garage on the or the dungeon. And she saw me with my wrestling boots in my bag, and she goes, where are you going now? I said, I got a wrestling show to run today. She went, my God, do you ever stop?
Yeah. No, I don't.
As of right now, no. I said, I'm ready to sit still. I got back that Saturday night, and I was like, I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
And I don't think I came out of...
I was going to say, I didn't see you till like 1 o'clock next day.
It was 2:20 that I walked out. Morgan said, I wondered when you were going to come out of your hidey hole.
Well, damn it, I hadn't been in my hidey hole for 2 weeks.
I was like, I woke up at 8, took some NyQuil just to come back to sleep. Wish I was joking.
Yeah.
I was like, this is too early.
Need sleep. Body needs sleep.
Yeah.
Well,
I literally just got back from the gym. So instead of my usual energy drink, this is my post-workout shake.
Yeah.
Which I'm doing almond milk now, by the way.
Nice. How's that doing?
I literally taste no difference.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's lower protein in it, but with me... So I tweaked my ankle Saturday.
Yes.
And
they don't know that, but you've mentioned.
Yeah, so I didn't have a match Saturday, but earlier in the day I was training with our good friend Ace Armstrong, and I twisted it, tweaked it, and then was limping heavily that night. You didn't see my limp.
No, you were pretty decent the next day.
Yeah, well, so I woke up that morning and I limped pretty bad to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I went back to sleep, and then a few hours, just still trying to catch up.
Yeah.
And then a few hours later, I woke up and I started walking. I was like, oh, I'm okay. Like, I'm not limping that bad. I'm not okay. Like, I can't, like, rotate it that well.
But at least you can walk.
I can walk.
Yeah.
And then I went to the grocery store, and about 20 minutes into walking around, I noticed, like, my ankle was fine.
Okay.
Well,
that's
but
good.
Even today, like, I've got more range of motion. I can rotate it. So, pretty happy about that because I'm getting geared up for my big return next month.
That's right. You still need to go get your license.
I do. I have time to do it now.
Yeah.
But I've literally been hitting the real estate course.
Yep.
So I get back. I get right back to the real estate course. Going to try to take my pre-licensing exam Friday.
Yeah.
Then I got to get my wrestling license.
You just come up to me, you're like, hey, man, what are you doing Friday? It's like, nothing. What's up? Well, I was thinking of taking my pre-licensing exam Friday. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, go for it. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to sit in and monitor, or like I don't know, like maybe you need somebody to make sure you're not cheating. Yeah, could you make sure you're out of the house? Like, I need it quiet. So if you could just leave.
I felt so weird asking you that. I was like, I need to get it done. And I've had, I have a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
My daughter's birthday was this past week, so happy birthday, little Ayla.
Happy birthday.
And I remember what she was like at 2.
Yeah.
Loud.
Yeah.
Playful.
You're not wrong with mine.
Miss Nora has a set of pipes on her, and she loves to play. So I was like, with all due respect.
Can you get the fuck out of your house so I can take my exam, please?
I felt so bad. But I'm like, it's hopefully it's just one time.
Yeah.
Hopefully
No, I
it'll
don't
only
mind
just
at
be
all.
the once. So yeah, gonna get that done. So I don't know if you consider any of the things I just said creating.
But creating a future with your real estate course. You created memories and experiences with Man Camp and your business trip and your you created income with your painting job. Let's see, you created...
I did create
an experience for an audience, or helped create an experience for an audience with wrestling. That's a lot of creating, I would say, in my opinion. Because like we say on this podcast, creating isn't just arts and crafts or writing or whatever. If you're coming up with YouTube channels, it's not just content. If you're making a business plan, you are creating. If you are trying to, I don't know, if you're a CEO or even if you're just, I don't know, maybe you just go in and you're working retail at Best Buy or something or whatever, you're creating some sort of experience for a customer or whatever. Like there's all kind of like creating is an all-encompassing broad general topic for us.
I like keeping it that way.
Yeah.
Or I like looking at it that way.
I like to tie everything into it because as long as you're doing something. You know?
Right. Well, and the clients in North Carolina, Emily's grandparents, they were pretty pleased with their bedroom and bathroom. The contractor paint that they had in their brand new home as of a year ago was terrible. I mean, just so cheap. Like the integrity that went into that was just non-existent.
You know, I'm going to segue in here real quick and talk about cheap, terrible, and inconsistent and stuff like that.
Let's do it.
The exact opposite of that with these nice-ass chairs for Gary Bankston. And Aaron Bankston.
I'm going to fight you because now I'm Team Aaron.
You're Team Aaron. I'm Team Gary.
Okay.
That's fine. I'll die on this hill.
That's fine. You die on it. But your...
My ass?
Has
never been softer.
And my spine has never been more erect.
So that's just a quick shit out to the Bankstons. For these chairs. I just figured we were talking about Emily going into her grandparents. We can't talk about Emily or her grandparents without talking about her parents and these nice ass chairs.
That's right. The first and only sponsors of the CS podcast.
Yep.
They didn't know these chairs were going to be used for the podcast.
Nope.
But my gosh, I'm glad we have them.
Me too, man.
They're awesome. You guys can't even see. Well, you can kind of see the cushion. Like they're nice chairs.
You can't even see it on mine.
No, that's okay. Let's see. Can you see the back?
Nope.
No. Oh well, that's okay.
They can see them some other time.
Yeah, they sure can.
And those listening, I don't know, figure it out.
Yeah, you really can't see them. Oh man. But yeah, I don't have a ton going on. I do have a Florida trip.
Do you?
A week from tomorrow.
Nice. Well, that'll be fun.
Got to go back down there for business.
Okay.
Yeah, it just worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't heavily planned, but yeah, I got to go down there for 3 days and have a little meeting with a couple.
That'll be fun.
Couple associates on some work that we're doing down there.
Yeah. So don't ever stop. Nomad to the core.
Well, I got a week and a half, and you know,
it's time to rest up, recuperate, and be ready.
Yeah, by that time I'll probably be missing it. I'm gonna get so used to.
Yeah, then you get that itch. You just want to travel then.
Yeah, which I never. I mean, when it comes to traveling, I never thought like driving as much as I have.
Yeah,
that's never had like a hankering just to jump in a car and drive like crazy. But duty calls.
Duty calls.
Yep.
I thought about getting like an RV.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Why not?
You don't care to travel though, right?
No, but I feel like if I'm going to travel, if I'm going to do it, like an RV might be kind of interesting.
Might make you feel more at home.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was like, 40 plus hours to Florida and back, like in a car. I mean, I did it and it was enjoyable. I had fun. So I was like, well, if I had an RV and I could walk around, or something.
I met a couple in Tennessee who lived out of a van.
I remember this couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he told me about now their van was parked behind the friends that I was visiting, their neighbors. This couple's van was parked behind the house.
Yeah.
So there's a big barn like next to it. They had like a small little farm. There was like pigs and stuff like that. Well, in the barn, and you talk about creating.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was this old. I don't even know what the bus was used for. I don't know that you could call it a school bus or I don't know what kind of bus it was.
It was kind of.
No, I mean it could have been.
Oh, because those are pretty cool.
Yeah,
yeah. Neighbor had one of those growing up, and I was like, I want one of those.
Old school VWs.
Yeah.
No, this one was kind of big, and it was like they were working on it. Like it was bare bones, almost just like the frame at this point. And they were creating it. They were creating like they were gonna have like a small shower in it somehow.
Yeah, I've seen people do that on like TikTok, like living out of a van. Mm-hmm. I've seen that stuff. It looks really cool. I'm like, wow, talking about very creative.
Yeah,
like I never would have thought. Like this one dude, he had like it was his kitchen counter, but like when you pop the countertop off, there was a shower handle in there, and it doubled as a shower.
Oh,
and
cool.
He hung it up on the top of his like the roof of his van or the ceiling of his van, like inside, and then he spun a shower curtain around in there, and that's where he showered. I was
nice.
Like, what?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to have this, and it's going to be a huge upgrade from the van that they're currently living out of. Yeah. That he said they can't stand up. Like he said, I just kind of want a home that I can stand up in.
Fair enough.
And I'm like, wow, the things that we just take for granted, even though it's their choice. And they do they're videographers and photographers, and they edit videos, and like they just go wherever. Yeah, he was talking to me about how they were in the desert one week, and they were in Seattle one week, and he said something about what was the story? They were stuck in the van because it was raining in Seattle.
Which tends to happen in Seattle.
A
lot. Never been, but I've heard.
Right. He said something about going outside. He said I couldn't stretch because I couldn't just go outside and like stretch and all that. It wouldn't stop raining. He said and I really couldn't stand up straight in the van. He goes, which is kind of obnoxious. Yeah. And I thought was hilarious that he used the word, or no. He said I couldn't stand up in my home, which is just inappropriate. Yeah, I think that's the word he said. It's just inappropriate. Yeah, I can't stand up in my own home.
It's not wrong, I guess. Like,
yeah, they're just such an interesting couple, and they were both like fairly young. I think he was a little bit older than she was. She was like in her early to mid 20s, and my friend Todd used the word "goat," referencing a rapper. It was like, "Oh man, so and so was the goat."
Yeah,
you know, we know that to be greatest of all time. Mm-hmm. She said, "Now what? What do you mean by goat?
What's a goat?
Like just not on social media, not like."
Good for her.
Like, they're nomads living out of a van, and she's like, "Now what's goat? Like what is that exactly? Like what do you mean when you say he's the goat?" So he had to explain it to her, and she was very serious. She was like, "Oh, okay," and I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy to me." Like I was telling him about buying a house, and I'm like, "I bet that's just such a foreign concept to them." Yeah, like paying taxes, all that. Like I guess they pay their van taxes.
Yeah.
But
and they pay taxes when they buy stuff, and I mean, there's taxes everywhere.
Yeah,
whatever they make income on, I hope they pay taxes on it.
Yeah, I don't know. They seem pretty off the grid to me.
Yeah,
but I just thought that was a fascinating way of life, and the van that they're creating, like it was a big, nice van. I'm like, man, these I'm focused on whether I'm going to rent or buy next. They're trying to build their van.
Yeah,
like.
You could do that. You could buy next. You just buy like you and Jake were talking about like 4 episodes ago about the bus or whatever.
We could do that.
Just buy you a bus and turn it into a little tiny home. Quaid was talking about creating like a little tiny home community. And like making like renting it out.
One of those exists in North Carolina. I'd looked at renting a tiny home. And I'm pretty sure the community was either like an RV or a tiny home.
It's kind of like the way he described it was like, you know, kind of like a high class trailer park, you know, kind of community, you know, just with tiny homes instead. I was like, dude, you could charge a fortune for that. People would just be like, oh my god, yes, you know, like that's the thing right now, tiny homes. So
low maintenance. Mm-hmm. I mean,
and they have a community of other tiny home individuals.
Yeah, you're gonna get close with everybody there.
You kind of have to. Like
and you're probably like-minded.
Yeah.
Like if you're going after a tiny home,
yeah.
then the way your brain works probably is similar. To your neighbors.
Yeah. You create it like those old. I was like to think. Well, they have one in Warzone. I think of like Fallout. But you haven't played Fallout, but like the community would like. I'm sure you've dropped over in the promenade. Over in the, like...
I looked at it, and it went 1-0. I was like, but we're pretty close.
Before we get to that, over in the promenade, like, down in the southwest corner of the map, and there's, like, that group of houses, and they're all in a circle with, like, the little, the road kind of circles around in the center of, it's like a mound of just grass, and it's really nice.
Yeah?
Like, that's what I picture, but, like, tiny homes.
I need to... Yeah, because every time we would land in Promenade, I would call it Marmalade.
Marmalade. If I can get this out of there. It is red.
It is red.
It is red.
As well.
First challenge in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
It is electric fly swatter. So you go grab that and go pop me with it.
Oh my gosh.
I get the epilator 2 weeks ago. I come back and I get the electric fly swatter. I'm going to throw that back in there so you can get it.
I gotta say, it's usually, I feel like in life, it's usually me getting just the crap end of the stick, but you have really...
I don't think you've taken enough. Like...
Well, if you know, you know.
I was going to say, to be fair.
I've drawn the ultimate red ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'll be back.
Okie dokie then. See what my wife wanted. Can you bring me the snot sucker? Oh, for those of you that are wondering what a snot sucker is, it's exactly what it sounds like. But it is for our daughter because she is stuffy with all of these allergies. So I'll do that in a few. Probably when Josh gets his challenge. I'm tired though. Tell you what, I hadn't been doing any traveling or anything, but I've just been exhausted with like allergies and just different things like that. I've kind of felt like shit myself, so maybe I could use the snot sucker.
You did what to yourself?
Yep. So I feel like shit myself. I feel like I shot myself.
All I heard was shit myself.
Yeah.
How do you want it?
I don't know. Just hit me in that forearm right there. Hit me right there in that forearm.
I'm gonna pose right here or stop right here for maybe
do it right here.
Thumbnail.
That way it's, yeah. Fucking that sounded nasty.
Listen, folks. That's me activating it. Just right on the forearm?
Yep, right on the forearm. Just pop me.
Okay. 3.
It was warm. That was weird.
Yeah?
It was warm.
Okay. Well.
No, just kidding. Yeah.
I'm coming, Elizabeth.
No, fortunately, I don't think I have a heart condition. I've been to the doctor because that stuff runs in my family. Like my dad, I think, had his first heart attack when he was like 35.
Did he get hit with a fly?
No, he didn't. He didn't. No. It was just genetics. So I was a little worried about that. So I went to the doctor, and apparently I'm pretty good. So.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So what do they do to check your heart?
So for me, I wore like right here was like a little I don't know, just monitored my heart.
Wait, I remember this.
Yeah.
This wasn't that long ago.
And they just monitored it.
That's right.
Yeah, and it just sat there, and
I remember you telling me about that, and I'm like, are you okay, man?
No, I was good.
You was just being monitored.
Yeah, just making sure.
That's funny. It's not funny.
No, but it's great that I'm good.
It really is. Oh,
My
man.
wonderful wife got me this because apparently I don't drink enough water. So,
well, if you don't finish it, you can always top off the fish tank with how much water is in there.
Right?
How much water is that?
This goes up to 3,000 milliliters. Well, probably more than that. I guess, I don't know.
So for us simpletons, how much is that?
I'd have to Google it.
I mean, I feel like...
1,000 milliliters is a liter, so 2.5 liters, and then 3,000 would be 3 liters.
I feel like this is probably like a gallon, right?
Sure.
I mean, it kind of feels like it's well, I don't know. Yeah, we're dealing with a gallon here, I would imagine. I feel like this is about as heavy as a gallon of milk.
A gallon is 3.785 liters, so that's not quite a gallon.
Really? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm just weaker than I was last time I picked up a gallon of milk.
Which shouldn't have been too long ago.
Well, I got silk.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so you haven't...
And the reason I was on that earlier, the reason I got silk was because dairy is an inflammatory...
I've heard that.
...deal. So, yeah, with my ankle being the way it is, I figured I would...
be better.
Yeah. Trying to get my digestion on point, so I'm literally almost just doing chicken and rice.
Yeah.
I had that meal 3 times yesterday. I typically...
What else is new?
Well, I normally don't do it 3 times a day.
Yeah.
It's normally just 2. But most people who eat 3 square meals a day, it's like, what?
Yeah.
But no, I
did
did
like 7.
Well,
you eat breakfast, then you have second breakfast, then you have lunch, and then you have pre-dinner, then you have dinner, and then you have your bedtime dinner.
I don't have that much. No, usually days I work out, I have my post-workout shake, and there's so many calories in that, I have to count it as a meal.
Yeah.
I think most people would.
No, you could be like, what's his face, and eat 16,000 calories in a day.
Jesus. I mean, that would take all the bad carbs, all the bad food, for me to be able to...
I mean, what, 2,500 calories for breakfast? I think is what he ate.
Probably.
It was something ridiculous.
What a person trying to put on weight would eat.
Yeah.
Or a skinnier person.
Or maintain his Iron Man physique.
I mean, when I was eating, I don't know that I'm doing that right. I'm not getting close to that now.
Yeah.
But 3,300 to 3,500 calories a day, and that's in relatively, I don't want to say relatively, healthy food.
Yeah.
It is so much food. It's easy to eat a pizza and get in 1,500 calories. But when you're really trying to eat clean, eating that much food, you are so full. And just, it's the end of the day. Like, I remember being sleepy.
Yeah.
Like, so sleepy. Just tired from the day, from the big workout, raising a child, work, if I was working at the time, and just all the food. Your body takes a toll when it has to digest all that food. It makes you so tired.
That's because it's working. Spending energy to digest.
Exactly. That's why people get sleepy at Thanksgiving. Yes, it's the tryptophan in the turkey.
Yeah.
We're all educated on tryptophan now.
Yeah.
But just the sheer people overeat on Thanksgiving.
I just overeat in general. Like, oh, tummy hurt. Oh, don't want to move. Oh.
I overate at man camp all week.
Really?
Oh, just on the kitchen staff.
Oh, well, yeah. So would you just pick around?
Well, not only that, there was plenty of time to pick around, but I mean, when the food's gone, when the guys get as much as they want, and then they're done, the meal's done.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is just an absolute abundance of food.
Okay.
Because some guys won't go back for seconds, some guys will. Sometimes, I don't know, they completely change up how they eat, and it's like, whoa, we made way too much.
Yeah.
So it's like, dig in, guys. And then, like, after supper's over and it's time for everybody to retreat to their quarters, it's like, well, do I want to take, like, 3 sandwiches back to my...
Do I want to take this platter with me?
And I have a smorgasbord of things to pick from.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I could get a plate and I could do this macaroni and cheese. I could do these hamburger. There's just a pan full of hamburger patties, a thing full of shredded chicken. So it's like, I'm going to do a hamburger patty, throw some shredded chicken on it. And I made my own little, like, Thousand Island dressing.
Mm-hmm. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. So I just dump it on that.
How do you create said Thousand Island dressing?
So most people, from what I understand, only do ketchup and mayonnaise.
Is that all it is?
For the most, I'm pretty sure if you mix that together, you're having Thousand Island. Well, I know everybody at man camp, all the guys in the kitchen, like older Southern guys.
Yeah.
When I say older, I mean like 40s, 50s. I said something about making Thousand Island dressing, and I said I need the mustard. And they're like, mustard for what? And they're like, it's not Thousand Island. I'm like, okay, well, let me try it. Yeah, that's how my dad taught me.
Yeah.
So you use mayonnaise as your base. You use more mayonnaise than anything.
Okay.
And then you use less ketchup than you do mayonnaise.
Okay.
And then you use less mustard than you use ketchup. So it's like big old pile of mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Little smaller diameter for ketchup, and then tiny bit of mustard.
Just a mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then mix that up, and if you've got it, use a little wash your sister sauce.
Okay.
And if you have pickles, like let's just say you've got little dill chips.
Yeah.
Chop those up finely, make little tiny cubes, and then mix that in with it.
Okay.
And you're dangerously close to In-N-Out's, I think they call it crazy sauce.
Yeah.
I think that's the way you call it. That's what you call it. Like you order it, it's like give me a double cheeseburger crazy style, or it's something like that. If you're familiar with In-N-Out, you know what I'm talking about. But last year they looked at me like I was crazy when I said putting all that in it, and they were like, they started laughing, like cackling like crazy. They're like, "You don't put that in Thousand Island?" I'm like, "Well, there's not just one."
It's not just ketchup and mayonnaise.
Like, it amazed me how narrow-minded they were, because it wasn't just ketchup and mayonnaise. I was all like, I don't get offended by anything. Like, really, never get offended. But I was low-key offended by the sheer volume of their laughter.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not wrong. It's up for interpretation.
Yeah.
Like,
that's how food should be. Experiment.
Right.
Figure it out.
Exactly.
That's Josh's Thousand Island.
Exactly. Like, if I held up a piece of chicken and said, this is a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
That's not up for interpretation.
Exactly.
It's just not chicken. But Thousand Island dressing, I mean, I made it. So I made it.
Yeah.
And I let them try it. And I was like, it's Thousand Island dressing. There's just more flavor.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, you're right. And they were very serious about it. They're like, yeah, that's not bad. I'm like, I know.
I know what I'm doing.
Jackasses.
That's tuned up there.
That is a little tuned up. Got a little spicy over it. Oh man. Well. How long have we been going?
42 minutes. So I figure we could take a couple minutes to talk about our content creator.
Yeah.
And then it shouldn't be too long after that. We'll hit the next challenge.
That's right. All right. And the featured content creator for the week is
Lady Spookaria, which we said earlier. But hey, if you missed it, or I don't know, you're just tuning in, or you forgot. I don't know what you're doing. Lady Spookaria, horror narrator extraordinaire and Nuggy Queen. Queen of the Nuggies. And so, Australian narrator. She does a lot, like just on her YouTube channel. So if you go to Lady Spookaria's YouTube channel, I believe it's youtube.com/Lady Spookaria. Should be right. Let me double check on that. You can find her and find everything that she does. She does her typical horror narrations. She also does live streams. So those may be hanging out with other horror narrators and just kind of talking about the craft in general, maybe promoting them. Sometimes they get into, like, they may do like a little script here and there. It just kind of depends.
That's so cool to me.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like, I don't know, a way to connect. It is youtube.com/Lady Spookaria. And yeah, just a way to connect with newer up-and-coming narrators or narrators that she's friends with, whatever, like to connect them with the community, kind of get the word out there. She also does live streams where she reads a story that I believe she's working on. Seems like it's her story, where it's like a choose-your-own-adventure kind of thing. So the
awesome
chat gets involved, and it'll be like, so what do we do, chat? Do we, she'll like read her passage, whatever it is, and then it'll come to a junction, and she'll be like, all right, what are we going to do? We're going to kill this person? We're going to let them live? And then the chat kind of gets to decide. From there, she goes on and reads, and it's pretty neat. If you haven't seen one, I'd definitely recommend hanging out and checking one out. It's pretty cool.
I mean, talk about taking your craft to the next level.
Yeah, right.
With interaction.
Oh, yeah.
That is so cool to me. Like, that alone should be enough. Like, if you're bored and you want something to do, go check that out.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I was always a fan of like the Goosebumps Choose Your Own Adventures, so like that stuff's like right in my wheelhouse. So that's pretty cool. She does. She's got a series that she does called the Harper Codex, which she's periodically updating. I don't know what episode she's on. I don't think she numbers them.
She asked you to be a part of that, right?
She did.
That's exciting.
Yeah. There's no. It's not numbered, but you can find like popular uploads. Here's Celine the Succubus for the Harper Codex, and that features Lizard Queen ASMR. So the way Harper Codex works is a series she's working on that introduces various characters, supernatural and whatnot, and she is kind of like interviewing these characters, like then taking place in this world. And these characters are voiced by various narrators. So I know that just said Lizard Queen ASMR. She's pretty cool. I know Mad Chatter's been on one. I believe Lucid Lupus has been on one. So a couple of other narrators that we will eventually feature on here as well that we'll get to in due time down the road. But that's a pretty cool series. You should check that out. And then, yeah, just her normal run-of-the-mill narrations that she does. She writes original stories. I should say that because I know when I did my... I
didn't notice that about her. That's one thing that, to me, makes her stand out a little bit from the crowd is how much...
Yeah, so like for my Frightening Nights of Halloween that I had this past year, I know that the story that she read, that she submitted, was written by her. The Hero Askew, the story that he read, was written by Lady Spookaria. And then Weekly Creeps, the story that he read, was also written by Lady Spookaria. So, yeah, she does a fair amount of writing, too. And they're pretty good. So like the one that Hero did was God, I'm gonna butcher this name, but it was like my family keeps like a skin suit in the basement or something like that. Like I don't remember the full name of what the actual name was. Mm-hmm. I was like, the fuck did you come up with that idea? Like it was such a weird. I mean, it was good, but I was like, it's such an off the wall like. I don't know where her inspiration came from for that. I don't think she ever told me, but it was. I mean, they're pretty.
Maybe it's
a
true
cool.
story.
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, maybe that's. I don't know. I don't know what they do down there, down under.
And from what I understand, she likes to give you crap about you trying to perform a Australian accent.
Yeah, well, it's usually Barnabas doing it, but yeah.
Oh, so it's on crap. Barnabas.
Yeah, it's on Barnabas. I was like, that's not me. That was Barnabas.
It's not Trey.
Yeah, it's not Trey.
Man, all this talk about scary stories, like it's been a minute since I've just binged.
Yeah,
like a lot of stories. I think I'm going to go to sleep to that tonight.
Do it. I found a couple of podcasts that I've been listening to recently, just in that vein of like just creepy or kind of scary stories or whatever, and been listening to it off and on here recently. I haven't really been on much of a podcast binge recently, mostly music. I kind of flip back and forth. But before we get on that topic, Lady Spookaria, check her out on Twitter at Lady Spookaria. You can find her on YouTube. She's got a Patreon that you can support her through there. Reddit, I know she's got a Reddit account, probably a subreddit. I haven't checked. So you can support her all over the place. So make sure you do that. Check her out. Great content if you like horror narrations. Even if you don't, it's still a lot of fun. Choose your own adventure. Like, who doesn't like that?
Yeah, and anytime I've either, I don't know, I want to say interact because we've not interacted very much at all.
Yeah.
Except for the live stream.
Yeah.
I think she said hey to me one time in a live chat.
Yeah.
At one point. But just from what I get, like to me, it's one thing to put out material. Mm-hmm. It's another to be able to engage and have such an awesome attitude when it comes to your fans and just fellow narrators and things like that.
Yeah.
And her attitude is like A++.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, she's earned...
one of the nicest people you'll meet in the horror community, hands down.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm not as involved in it as you are, but from what I've seen, she is a very pleasant individual.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let's...
Oh, yeah, pull that up.
That's the YouTubes. So just look for that. I'll pull up the tweet.
Actually, may have her pulled up on Twitter already.
That's all right.
Yep.
Oh, you got her? Yeah. Cool. So if you're listening, we're just showing off what her social media looks like, so it's a little bit easier to find.
If it'll ever focus.
Oh. But yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you, lady, for being featured, even though you don't know this. You don't know this is happening right now.
Thank you. That's great of you.
Thank you for existing. That way we have
that
we have somebody to feature.
You don't have a choice in the matter.
Nope, not at all. So would like to mention it is because it kind of inspired me to get started.
Okay.
With this podcast, so I do want to briefly mention it. I'm not gonna blow them up or anything. They've already blown up, so they don't need to blow them up. No, the HWMF podcast has just hit their 100th episode.
Good for them, man.
Yeah. Thank you to those guys for inspiring just the camaraderie that they have. Over to, I knew if you and I sat down behind two microphones, we would have a blast.
Yeah.
It would be. It could get, and I knew it could get very intellectual, and it could get very, very ignorant. Yep. Very quick, and boy, has it done both.
Both. We like to ride that line.
So happy for those guys.
Good for them.
Yeah, they've done well.
And potentially have a Shane coming on at some point.
Exactly.
They have a Shane. We may have a Shane. Who knows?
Yeah. Our Shane's name is Quaid.
But
yeah. Which
it's more unique. Fuck them.
It's a much cooler name.
Yeah.
Quaid. We'll have a Quaid.
We have a Quaid.
That's funny. And he is giddy about helping
he's
us.
Excited.
Yeah. I'm excited too. It'd be great. But no, like I really enjoy what they did, not just for themselves, but like there's a restaurant they really like. Okay. Well, they talk about the restaurant all the time, and it has helped drive so much business to that restaurant because their podcast is so big. I remember you telling me
about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, guys, are like, our business is like, there's people on Instagram tagging the restaurant how they just went to the restaurant because they listened to that podcast.
That's awesome.
And they like tagged the podcast, tagged the restaurant in the same post. And I mean, it's not like a handful of people; it's a ton of people.
Yeah.
So they're helping like a local restaurant out.
That's
and
awesome.
All this, like the fundraiser they did for this little girl with a rare disease, and like their family was just strapped for money because it was just hundreds of thousands of dollars for everything they had, and they were able to raise an obnoxious amount of money.
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff that's really cool. They get on there, they talk about what they want to.
Yeah,
whether it's health and fitness or bourbon or as Seth says, having sex under waterfalls.
Yeah.
But they help out the community. They're community driven. So not only have they inspired me in what this dynamic is, but I would like to draw from, their motivation to impact their community.
I agree with that.
And I think that's pretty cool.
I think that's a good that's a good basis for both of us, honestly. Like this podcast, like kind of a community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Community. Just that word, community. Good stuff. So, I'm a little nervous.
Why?
About the next challenge.
Oh, yeah? Why?
I feel like
You'll probably pull another fucking yellow ball or something. You always get out of it.
Easy. Yeah.
There's like 4 yellow balls in there, like 4 blue balls, and then like 27 red balls, and you're just like, and it's just yellow.
It's always yellow.
It's usually yellow. I'm the only one that's pulled a blue one so far.
So, we have you did an amazing job on the graphic for Curtis.
Oh, yeah.
What were we going to do with that?
It would just be like a segment. I'd fire it over here. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought we would do. Like, that goes off. We hit.
We just play it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the idea.
I don't mind talking about it because it's creating.
Yeah. It is still being created. And it is under creative construction.
Under creative construction.
Yeah.
I like that. So what are we going to call it? I know we were going to call it the Curtis segment.
Yeah, the Magical Gumball segment.
Magical Gumball segment? Challenge time with Curtis.
Play with your balls. Like, I don't know.
Time to play with your balls.
Time to play with your balls.
Man.
He's Curtis. Yeah. He's got little balls.
He's got a head full of balls. He's Curtis.
I got balls in my head, but don't call me a ball head.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
Annie Milonakis.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Gosh,
for the younger audience watching, what the fuck is this? What's an Annie Milonakis?
Right. You mean the Twitch streamer?
Right. Yeah.
That's what they would say.
I know that.
Gosh, what? I used to know that whole song.
Really?
That whole intro. I can't think of any of it now. You said that in that way? You structured your...
A core memory. Like...
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was literally... I was like 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not 14 anymore. That's been a long time.
I was like Viva La Bam.
Me too.
I was a Bam Margera. What's he gonna do next?
Whatever the fuck I want. And then then stepping off that little building.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that looked so cool.
I miss just that TV. Like
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Gosh. Oh, Bam. He I don't know if it's for publicity or what, but he's I don't think he's doing so hot lately.
He's been better. Last I checked, he is doing better. I should say. Like I think he was skateboarding for the first time in forever.
Oh,
but I mean, like, I get it, dude. He went off the deep end after Ryan died, and that was like his brother, basically.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
I
don't know what I would do. Like, yeah. I can't say that I would be any better.
I've experienced a lot of stuff, but when it comes to a friend, like I had, like the man my mom was going to marry.
Yeah.
After my stepdad.
Yeah.
He died of a massive heart attack in front of us, so I had to deal with somebody that I saw every day. I had to deal with losing.
Yeah.
That now that's a whole big thing in and of itself. Like, I mean, you talk about trauma.
Yeah.
But. So I guess I've experienced it on some level, but as far as like a really close friend, that's one thing I've not had to deal with. Thankfully.
If you'd have played your cards right and hit me with that electric fly swatter just right, you may have experienced it a second time.
Right. Well, yeah, experiencing a friend dying, but gosh, if I killed you with that fly swatter.
Made for good content, though. I would have expected you to release this episode. Take Curtis out with me.
Well, if Logan Paul can do the crap he did,
yeah, right.
You know,
does he have a fight coming up?
I don't know.
I happened to see something about it, and I was like, okay, he's still doing whatever it is that Logan does.
Dude's gotten. Anytime I've seen, like on TikTok, there's a lot of videos of him, like being interviewed.
No, and your TikTok's a lot different than mine because
well, I don't even know why it comes up.
Yeah.
It's not like I consume that content.
Yeah.
Especially Logan Paul.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah. No thanks. Hard pass. Anything I've seen him on recently, it's been him being interviewed for a fight.
Yeah.
And he's got the attitude and mentality of like, I don't know, like a middle school bully.
Yeah.
And seems like the intellect of one as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh man, are you trying to garner more attention by just acting this cringy?
Yeah.
Because if not, yikes.
And thanks for tuning in to the Shit on Logan Paul podcast,
right.
Where all we do is shit on Logan Paul and challenge him to fist fights.
Right. Well, I don't doubt 100% that he's a tough dude. It's just, I mean, I can say what I want. He's still got all that money at the end of the day, but man, just some of the videos I've seen with him, people are like, gosh, that's cringy. And I watched it and I'm like, dude, just like I don't know. So it at one point it was debatable whether he was cool or not.
Yeah.
Hashtag cool. But I don't know. He's not cool to me anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not.
I don't know if I've ever really watched any of his videos. There's Logan Paul and there's Jake Paul. And I know I've seen one of their videos, and I think they did stuff together at one point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen a Paul brothers video.
Yeah. The Paul brothers.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I think I've seen one or two, but it was never anything that I was like, oh, yeah, I got to watch all this content. Like, it's just like, okay. enjoyable, I guess. Like,
yeah. Now, I've seen videos. I think there was a video one time I saw of Logan Paul, and it was like a dude in a car, and like something happened with automobiles.
Yeah.
It was a kerfuffle
between... Did their car break down, and then when they inserted the audio in post-production, it was like a death trap?
What?
I'm just speaking from personal experience.
Wait.
I told you that story with Mannion. Talking about our buddy Chapman in college.
No.
With the what was it? My Taco commercial. And I was like, Chapman, I need you to find me audio of a car breaking down.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay, I totally forgot about that. No, this video was just Logan and another driver.
Yeah.
They got out, had a little conflict, and Logan just acted calm, cool, collected. Mm-hmm. He was obviously bigger and in much better shape than this other guy. Yeah. You could tell the guy was just trying to be tough, and Logan was just like, dude, just don't even.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And I had a little more respect for him after watching that video. I was like, man, he was ready to level the guy if he needed to, and but he was just calm, and I don't know, he
did it for the gram.
Yeah, he threw out a few little insults to the guy, like just to.
I'm not convinced it wasn't staged. I haven't seen the video, but it just seems like a.
Well, see, everything I watch, being involved in pro wrestling,
everything's staged.
Very, very suspicious of anything. But yeah, it seemed fairly legit.
Yeah.
But who knows? So, please tell that story.
The car crash?
Of the car crash, yes.
So, in college, I went to school for radio and television broadcasting, and one of my classes was radio production, or audio production, whatever you want to call it. And so, they teach you, like, how to edit and how to put together like a proper commercial. They teach you how to write commercials, things like that. So we had to write our own commercial. We had to pick a business, a local business. So we chose My Taco, which I don't even know if they're still open in Anderson. They used to be back behind. You know where anybody watching, listening, unless you live in Anderson, you're not gonna know anything I'm talking about. You know where Arby's and Burger King was. Or is up here over here?
You talking about the little on the side?
Oh, tiny shack. It looks like a little shack.
As of like 2 years ago, it was still there.
Well, so they moved to downtown.
They did?
For a while, because Manny and I went there in 2008.
When?
It was while I was still in college, so like 2014, 2015.
Oh, no. See,
yeah.
Well, now, I remember eating... You talking about the little
My Taco.
Little rickety...
They may have opened a second one there downtown.
Oh, yeah. I remember it being My Taco. Yeah, no, totally ate there about 2 years ago.
Okay. So... At that point, maybe they're still in business. Anyways, we chose My Taco. My group did. We got paired up. I think there were 3 or 4 of us in a group. I don't remember this time. I just know that Chapman was one of them. Nick Chapman. If you're watching or happen to ever watch this or listen, love you. I do. I did photography for his wedding. I did photography for his engagement shoots. Him and his wife are wonderful. But this particular moment...
I need you to tell it.
Oh, I will.
I will. Like you told me.
So we had to put together a commercial. So we wrote it, and the gist of this commercial was we're driving along and our car breaks down. Like a group of friends, they're driving and their car breaks down. And so they got to get their car worked on, and while it's being worked on, they're like, hey, I'm kind of hungry. What do you want to eat? Well, let's go eat at My Taco, and then you kind of talk up My Taco and their specials and whatnot, and that's that, and the car gets fixed and they drive away. And they drive away. We'll get to that in a second. So we write it and everything. We've all got different parts to voice because it's a group of friends. And it comes to putting it together, and we were like finishing up for the day. And I go, Chapman, can you do me a favor? I was like, will you just find an audio clip of a car breaking down? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, cool, thanks, Chapman. He's like, gotcha. And I was like, all right. So
in my head, it's a car. Just kind of like a...
Yeah. Or like a cartoon, whatever, like a, just a, car breaking down. Maybe they got a flat tire, whatever. I don't care. I wasn't picky. I wasn't super picky. The engine could give out. They could run out of gas. They could have a flat tire. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I need a reason to get out of the car and walk to My Taco.
Because it does not function anymore.
Exactly. So come in and...
You needed a car that sounded deader than Kelsey's nuts.
Yeah, deader than Kelsey's nuts.
I got it in.
Yes. So we come back. I guess it was the next week because we would have like class once a week. Or maybe it was Monday. No, it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday was the schedule. That's what it was. So I came in whenever the next class was, and Chapman had his headphones on. He was listening. He was doing it, and I was like, "Hey, Chapman, did you get the audio?" And he was all like, real proud of himself. And I was like, "All right, cool. All right, man." He goes, "Here," and hands me the headphones. And this is the best way to experience it. I'm so glad I experienced it with headphones and not speakers. So here I am. Take the headphones. I put the headphones on. I'm like, all right, hit play. So he goes. And this fucking car. It's just. And like people are screaming, and there's like I don't know, something fucking like blew up, and then you hear fucking Anderson or the ambulance screeches up, and they're like, "Get the jaws of life!" And like fucking first responders are there, and like cutting open the fucking door, and they're like, "Oh, my leg!" And so there's all that going on, and fucking like air raid sirens, and then like shoot him in the head. Like it was this whole thing, and so I'm sitting here with my headphones on, and I'm like, I'm listening, and I go and hit the space bar. And the whole time this is playing, Chapman's like just staring at me with a smile on his face, like real proud, like he did it. He found the sound bite.
Oh, man.
Take my headphones off. I set them down. I go, Chapman? I go, Chapman, we're supposed to walk away from this. I was like, we've still got to get to my taco. Now, that was a little over dramatic. That was a dramatic rendition. But, I mean, it was all but the zombie apocalypse. Like, fucking car crash from hell.
Never tell that story any differently than the way you just did it.
I mean, I was like, you couldn't find anything with them. Just, I got to walk away. We got to walk to my taco. I just died and went to heaven and watched the whole world go to hell. Like, and all I wanted was a taco. Needless to say, the car,
a chunk of chocolate.
Yeah, needless to say, the car didn't make it to the mechanic.
Yeah,
yeah, it was totaled.
Overtaken by
yeah
land walking dolphins with laser beams on their heads. Yeah.
So that is the car crash story.
All right. My gosh,
Chapman, I love you.
Clearly, you overachiever. You.
Yeah. Made a pretty good grade on it, too, if I remember correctly. We found a different sound effect, but one a little more closer to something breaking down. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, my gosh.
Piece of shit.
In my head,
You
you
manifested that blue ball.
I swear I was thinking blue. I was like, not this one. That's red. This one, it's not even going to be yellow. It's going to be blue.
Not Slytherin. Slytherin.
Not Slytherin. Not
Slytherin, eh? Because Slytherin is money. Very well. Better be Gryffindor.
Just a smiley face.
I don't remember what the other ones say. I put other stuff in
So
there.
you have a blue ball in your pocket, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I've got one in mine.
Yep.
So
we're
did
one
you
for
put
one.
your blue one back in there?
I did. I got the smiley face last time. I'm fairly certain that's the one I drew was a smiley face.
Oh, okay.
So
we need to up our game. We need to add to
so
it.
Sam the smiley face makes his triumphant return.
Sam the smiley face?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam. Appreciate you, bruh.
Or Steven. I don't care. Steven.
Deva.
Smiley face. You remember that? The meme with the little dog? Where he's like,
oh, yes.
Steven.
It's like F.
Yeah.
FFF, Steven.
Hey, what's up, guys? Trey here. Josh is around here somewhere. He'll probably step into this shot in just a few minutes. I don't know if I'll be done by then. But wanted to go ahead and do our gift card winner for this episode. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 entries for this episode. We've got Sarah, Fernanda L, Jonathan Chinchilla, and Luigi Leo. And I also noticed that there was Susan Lorenz who retweeted our tweet but did not like it or follow us. You do have to do all 3 in order to be entered into this contest to win the gift card. So I'm going to go ahead and swap over here really quick to our random number generator. If I can find it. There it is. So we're going to need a maximum of 4. And just to make it fair, I'm going to come up here to the camera and do it so that everybody can see. Oh, it was a little blurry, but that number is 4, which corresponds with Luigi Leo. So Luigi, you are our $5 Amazon gift card winner for this week. So congratulations, Luigi. Thank you to everybody else. There he is. Thank you to everybody else that retweeted, liked this pinned post, and followed us. And I guess, yeah.
Rock on, Luigi.
Nice of you to join us. So I'm just finishing up on the Amazon segment.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I just figured it's 10:40. This airs at noon, so I should probably go ahead and get this done.
I was in the bathroom.
Yeah. So, yeah, that wraps that up, and I guess back to us.
I don't mean to brag.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Man, after talking about horror narration earlier, I'm ready for Halloween now.
Dude, I'm always ready for Halloween. But I really started getting the itch. That's why I started listening to like the podcasts and stuff. And then like off on a little bit of a tangent, but like the Plants vs. Zombies, the Battle for Neighborville, like is such a charming little game. Like and it just, I don't know, it puts me in the mood of like Halloween. Like it's kind of like, I don't know, just the atmosphere is really nice. So I played a little bit of that recently, just because I was like, Halloween.
Yeah. Just talking about that, something about your house, and because we came trick-or-treating here, like 2 years ago, I think.
Yep.
And like the decorations,
it was like we barely knew each other to an extent. Like we had worked some events and stuff, but like,
I mean, I started in September,
and I fucking tagged you. Remember we were playing tag? We had the whole game of tag. So if you guys ever seen the movie Tag, we fucking did it. We played it.
That's right.
And I'm unashamed to say this. I used your daughter as an, like, I was like, oh yeah, come on over, trick or treat, man. It was down to the deadline. Like the next day was like we were done. Or something like that. Like there was not going to be any other way. You would have had to like get up and like drive to Josh's house or something.
Yeah.
To fucking not, because there's no tag backs.
Right.
And you came over and we had the whole like, you did like trick or treat,
candy.
and then I put my hand on your shoulder because I was it.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna fucking lose. I forgot about that.
And you got me.
I got you.
I totally
We
forgot
need to bring
about
that back.
that game of tag.
Yeah.
Really do.
Yeah.
Who would play?
I don't know. Everybody at iHeart's laid off.
Including me.
Yeah. I don't know. We can
you're
figure
working
it
there
out
by
though.
yourself.
Yeah.
So
pretty
there's
much.
nobody to
I run the
tag.
whole station by myself.
You do.
Everything. I do everything.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
They really should pay you more. No, I don't know who would play. It would be like me, you, and Morgan, and
Yeah.
I don't know, Nora.
Nora.
Nora would be a little wild card.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
she'd just come up to you and smack you for no reason. And
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you
Sure,
did come over and trick or treat.
Did. But just the decorations and everything, and then the next year you did while I was like with Ayla doing the trick or treating stuff in my house.
Yeah.
Old house, new current house, whatever you want to call it. And I remember you did the first Friday nights of Halloween.
Yes, I did.
And that was playing in our living room.
Yeah.
And it was just going.
I think I sent, or Barnabas sent Ayla like a Happy Halloween.
You did. He did.
Yeah.
And played it for her. She loved it. Thought it was great.
Yeah.
Because she'd known who Beebus was.
Yeah.
That's all she would say is Beebus. And then this past October.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what happened this past October? You did it again.
Oh, yeah, I did the Friday nights. And you were just over quite a bit.
Yeah.
You weren't living here yet.
What was I doing? What was I doing on? What did I do for Halloween?
Oh, you moved a fridge. No, wait. Yeah, you moved. Didn't you move a fridge on?
That was the year before that.
Oh, okay.
No, I was in North Carolina.
Because I remember you telling me that at some point you moved a fridge and like you were listening to.
That was your first.
That was it. Okay.
That was your first Friday nights of Halloween. I was on my way to a friend's house to help him move a refrigerator.
Yeah.
He only has use of one arm, so I was kind of the closest person to help him.
Yeah.
Him and his wife were needing to move. They were closing on a house, so I was on my way on Halloween night, on my way over to his house and listening to the Friday nights of Halloween.
All Hallows Eve bash.
Such a perfect car ride.
Yeah.
Listen, to have that on the way over before I pulled a hip muscle that's gonna give me problem. I've pulled it twice since and had a limp for days.
Back.
Yeah,
My back. So once you do it, that's it.
Oh man, it was bad. I was supposed to go to the Renaissance Festival the next day.
Yeah.
Well, right up to Ryan and Emily's the next day, and then walk around all day at the Renaissance Festival the day after that.
Yeah.
And I remember laying on the couch before getting in the car to drive to iHeart in Charlotte.
Yeah.
To pick up our Renaissance Festival tickets.
That's right. Yeah.
And I remember laying on the couch, and I was like, "Oh God, I got to get up. It's time to go." I'm like, it hurts to walk. How am I going to do this? Luckily, I didn't have to drive.
Yeah.
But that was almost just as miserable. I remember being laid back, just taking Advil and Tylenol, and just being in agony from that thing. But maybe it was one of the stories that cursed me.
Yeah. Well, now it's out of your life and you're good. So, for the better.
What's out of my life?
Just your whole the
hip?
issue that was causing you pain.
I was talking about what?
If you know, you know.
I'm not talking about that.
No.
I mean,
I was laid back. I was in agony the whole time. I just assumed.
I was talking about my hip. No, my hip was bothering me, but
Gotcha.
You're not wrong.
Usually, when my hip bothers me, I tell them to fuck off because I don't want to work that remote.
And his
Josh
first name
Hip,
is,
everybody.
His first name is Josh.
Josh Hip.
No, what you're talking about that was causing me pain and agony. Agony.
Haven't you got any?
I haven't got any time to talk about the hell I've been through. What almost out of time?
In hell.
That's got to be a new thing.
I need like a.
What was the original?
I need like a little Satan pop up like flames like anytime. Just in hell.
Oh, so what was it? We were talking about Nora.
Yeah.
You're almost 2-year-old.
I don't remember. Oh, Morgan was like, "Where's your squishy ball?" or something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't
You
know
answered
why.
for
in
her.
hell. Or
Nora looks up at your wife and goes, "In hell."
Yeah. That's what I'll do. You see Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny, right?
It's been a long time and I don't remember much of it.
I just need a gif of the of Satan where he's just like, you know, like that's what in hell, like in hell. Like just in hell, and like hell's flashing. That's what I'll do. Maybe I'll make it.
Maybe you will. You'll make it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
In hell.
In hell.
you want me? I don't actually remember the lyrics to Montero, but fucking Lil Nas X just drops in.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Hey, bud.
Do you remember, what was I looking at that day? I was laying on the acupuncture mat in the office.
I think it was like TikTok or something.
Well, then I went to Spotify to find a song.
Well, yeah, but sometimes when you're on Spotify, it'll play.
I got a notification that Lil Nas had a new song.
That's right. Yeah, you were like, oh, he's got a new song. And you're like, oh, this is weird.
I clicked on it immediately, and it was just Spotify. You know, Spotify has the little 3-4 second loop.
Yeah, it'll play like a clip. If there's a music video for it, it'll play like some weird clip from it.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I went, I feel like this music video is going to be really weird, because this 3-4 second thing was weird.
Have you seen it?
And now, not the full video, no.
It's like production quality is wild.
Yeah.
And it's all... I mean, it all looks green screen. Like, it's phenomenal. I'm not going to lie.
I know TikTok has had a field day with it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I had just seen that little clip of the song. And then the next thing I know, TikTok is making fun of... I saw enough of it to know that the stripper pole going down to hell...
That's my I love, like, anybody's like me on my favorite was, like, the guy gets down to hell and he's like... Because he like took the stairs, and or he's like on his way or whatever, and fucking Lil Nas X comes out, and he's like, "There was a pool the whole time." Like, God, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, that's good stuff. That's pretty funny.
No, but I recommend the music video. It's pretty wild.
Okay, I'm up for wild. I'm in a weird place in my life.
Yeah,
I'll probably like it.
Probably. I was going to divert off into a tangent earlier, but I lost that train of thought. I missed my boarding.
What was it on?
I don't even remember. No, I don't even remember the platform or anything.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And it's just gone. That's why we need our Quaid here to keep us on track and focused.
Yeah.
Focus. We're going to try and get a little bit better about that, tying in actually creating shit into the Create Shit podcast. Shocker.
Right. I don't know if you keep that broad idea of...
Well, yeah, you could tie anything in at that. Like...
Yeah.
I'll have to get Morgan on one time. Talk about the new thing that she's creating.
Mm-hmm. She's pretty...
Invested?
Hey. Talking about day trading, folks. And Trey just used his first
pun of the day.
Yeah. Sure.
You good?
Yeah, I've been going to say words here like the past day or two, and I'm assuming it's allergies. I'm assuming. And allergies have been affecting me like they normally don't.
Yeah.
My throat is all weird.
Yeah.
My head's just tight. No runny nose. Not really congested. It's just my head is, I guess, congested. If that's how you say that. It's quite aggravating. I feel like I'm getting sick, but it just never happens.
Yeah, it's kind of teasing you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not fun. So did you eat or chew?
Maybe.
I was going to say, there was a lot more double bubble on this table from the last time.
Yeah.
From the last episode.
Well, we bought, 15, 20, 16, something like that. You told the man wrong. And there's 4?
I overpaid.
Yeah, you overpaid. And now there's 4.
And I don't think I had one.
Here, bud. There were 2 on your desk. And then Nora tried to get it.
I think that was from the first batch.
Oh, okay. Well, then, no, you didn't have any then.
Yeah, those were saved from my little care package kit. If we had to go down into the dungeon because of the tornado that's right. That was going to blow the house down. Or blow the tree.
Yeah, that tree that our inspector came by and was like, you should probably get rid of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with him. Like, it's a little lopsided.
Right.
It could fall on us right. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Oh, okay. Sorry, that was premature. It could fall on us right now. We'd be dead.
We are in the prime spot
We are.
to have it fall on us.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't have to worry because I sleep all the way on that side of the house. If it falls in the middle of the night, you're dead.
Well,
So I can at least sleep soundly in that knowledge.
if the bough breaks, the tree will fall. It'll take out little Joshy.
And Curtis and his balls.
What a tragedy. Man. So, yeah. That's a lot of water.
That was a lot of water. I've drank a liter.
Have you?
Since I filled it up, yeah.
So, here. So last night, you two crazy night owls were up at it was like 2:27 when I looked at my phone and I went to the bathroom.
I told you she keeps tabs on you peeing.
And that was what I was going to bring up. There is this ongoing, it's going to probably be an ongoing joke about Morgan monitoring. How did this get started? I forgot the right.
Well, because she's like, well, I can't drink it. I can't drink anything at like before I go to or 9 o'clock or something because then I'll have to pee in the middle of the night.
And I said something about drinking water before bed isn't bad. You just can't overdo it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't completely wake you up.
Yeah.
And I said something about filling my 28-ounce water bottle up.
You're gonna pee? You're gonna pee?
And yeah, somehow
wrong.
it tied into she wasn't. Somehow it tied into you saying,
Oh, I was like, she's like, you're gonna be up peeing again, is what she said, because I guess you had woken, or she was awake or something, and you went in there to pee, and she heard you, like a couple nights ago or something. She's like, yeah, you're gonna wake up and pee again in the middle of the night. And I think you were like, again, and I was like, yeah, she keeps tabs on you while you peeing.
Apparently, yeah. So
that's because when you move out, she's gonna hit you with the water bill for. Every time you flush,
35 cents a flush.
Yeah, 35 cents a flush every time you flush, and then $6 every time you shower. Like,
so if you're watching and you want to support me in my future water bill, it only costs 35 cents a day.
I just created an OnlyFans where you can watch me pee so that you can pay so that I could use the bathroom at Trey's house.
Anything above 35 cents, I'll consider a tip.
Yeah. And for just 35 cents a day,
you can help Josh pee. And it's you walking, and I'm in the background just like my legs are crossed, kind of holding my crotch a little bit, like, please donate. Call now. Now. I gotta go.
The door's chained up. I After Effects or put in like in post like a little like ding. Oh, we just got a donation. Walk over with bolt cutters. Clink. Have at it. Your first pee of the day, buddy boy. Like,
right. I'm just in there for 20 minutes. Just peeing like crazy. I come out and I just start chugging water, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Oh, no. You're back to standing.
You're like, sorry, new chains.
So, yeah, we're in there watching TikTok, and then I swear to God, didn't hear you. She just goes, hey, Josh. And I was like, huh? And
you
you're
hear
like,
me go, hey.
You didn't know. Hey. Like, you're out of it. Uh-huh.
I've just woken up.
Yeah.
I typically don't. I feel like since staying here, I have woken up and had to go to the bathroom more in the middle of the night than I'd ever have in my life, I feel like. I don't know why that is.
Drinking all that water before bed.
Yeah. Last night I really did.
Yeah.
It was probably too much. And I woke up and I was 2:30, and I assumed y'all were asleep.
Yeah,
because it was
usually
2:30. And I walked up the steps, and I was about to turn the corner to go into the bathroom, and I hear, "Hey, Josh!" I'm like, "Oh, oh God!"
Piss all over the floor.
Oh.
Scares you. I made an accident.
It happened again.
Where are your towels?
I'll wash them, I swear. Well, every load of laundry is going to be $4.50.
Yeah.
Man.
I should have just peed.
Should have just peed outside.
Yeah. Oh, man. Every time you water the plants, we take 35 cents off.
Right. Because I'm so hydrated, it pretty much is just water. It's not even urine at this point.
Yeah. Train.
It's like if you could just look out the window and see snow falling and hear that on Christmas Eve.
South Carolina, the snow doesn't fall on Christmas Eve. I've wanted it to.
It has once since being alive. Like, had a white Christmas once.
When?
Oh, it was like 2013, 2012.
Really?
Yeah, it was early 20-teens.
I don't remember that.
It was snowing heavily Christmas Eve night. I was on my back deck.
Maybe I do remember that.
Totally by myself, not with anybody else, on my back deck.
Yeah.
Watching the snow fall. And, I mean, it was like, it had accumulated an inch or two that night. And then the next morning, it was a white Christmas. Remember driving to all the family's stuff in the snow, pretty much. But it was just the 1 year. But, yeah, definitely, it was my house here in Anderson. It was 2012, 13, something like that.
I feel like I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. I just remember that like where I was on my back deck with the snowfall. And I remember looking at one specific area of like the little side patio we used to have. And the snow was falling. And it was dark, and then there was like a street light. I remember seeing the snow falling in the street light. That's all I remember of it. And it was a big to do.
Joshua, that's just delightful.
Why don't we open our Christmas presents this year?
That's just a Kenny Chesney Christmas this time of year.
Yeah. Oh, you've outdone yourself, Joshua.
Joshua.
It's just a dripping wet pile of shrimp. Oh, well, you've totally outdone yourself. I just feel like a big old bag of disposable beans.
So underrated.
So.
Well.
Old Balloon Shop. Shout out to you fellas, wherever you're at.
You fellers.
There's one I need to show you.
Okay.
That.
It's only fair. I showed you Key and Peele today, so you can show me.
All
Balloon
right.
Shop.
Once we hang. I almost said once we hang up.
Once we hang up,
I'll
disconnected. We both disappeared.
do.
Jack Marius Tactheratrix. No. Yeah. Yeah, Jack Marius Tactheratrix. Hingle McCringleberry.
Hingle McCringleberry.
Devoyne shower handle. That's one of my favorites.
Oh my gosh.
Xmas Jackson Flaxen Waxen. I looked this woman dead in the windows of her soul, and I said, bitch.
Oh, man. Well, you want to call it?
Calls them as I sees them.
Well, sees me calling them.
What?
I don't know, but that's going to do it for this week's episode.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you all for tuning in and getting tuned up.
Turn this outro out a little bit. Where's my outro?
Thank you to Lady Spookaria for allowing us to feature you. Even though we didn't ask your permission, we just kind of did it.
Yeah, we just did it.
We just did it. Anyways, until next time, I've been the Scottish Hush Puppy, and I've got some food to go eat.
And until then, my ghastly gang, stay spooky. Where's control?
Jordan Bell stirred. Jordan Bell stirred.
Create shit. Build anything. Make it real.
I've been getting dirty money, Jordan Bell third. Stacking penny stocks while I'm flipping these birds. Sipping on Ciroc, trip 'em up with the words. I done popped a molly and I think it's be my third.